homeowners continue to struggle on the brink of losing their homes to foreclosure, not realizing that Washington State's Foreclosure Fairness Act could help them keep their homes where so many other attempts may have failed. The attorneys at Advantage Legal Group have been working to spotlight this law and help homeowners avoid foreclosure through mortgage mediation. Attorney and Advantage Legal Group's founder, Jonathan Smith, is here with more of their recent success stories. We're always glad to hear these. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So this law is very important, and people don't have to be notified about it. Many people don't know. In fact, we think most people who could take advantage of this don't know about it. So remind us what it does.
That's correct. Most people do not know about it because none of the notices nor the banks will tell you about it as you go into foreclosure. I've noticed that the number of foreclosures for the Tri-County area, being Snohomish, King, and Pierce County, dropped down to about 150 a week over the summer. That spiked back up to about 350 to 500 a week in the last 6 weeks.
Really? Why?
Well, they want to push the foreclosures out to beyond the first of the year because it's a 120-day notice. So now, if anything is issued now, you won't be foreclosed on until February or so, March. And so they wanted to get beyond the holidays. Nobody wants to be Scrooge and doing foreclosures as the end of the year approaches.
Yes, that would be a bummer.
Yes, it is.
So this law allows you, through a housing counselor or an attorney, to require the banks to come to the table, and most of the time things can be worked out, correct?
That's precisely correct. And like we say, that most people don't know about it. The state has very little of any money for advertising, and the banks don't tell you about it. But this allows most homeowners to force most banks on their primary residents to come to the table to try and negotiate some sort of an avoidance of foreclosure, which is usually a modification, but not always. So that's what we do for them at our firm.
That is great. Let's talk about some of the success stories so people can get an idea of what this means.
Sure. And of course, everybody that's come to us has tried to do this on their own and failed. And so past performances is not necessarily indicative of future results, and everybody's situation is dependent upon their personal or individual circumstances. The first one I have today is an Ocwen loan, and the original payment was $2,087 a month. We secured a new payment of $1,100 per month, which is a reduction of about $986 or 47.27%. Their original interest rate was 4.65, and they are now in a reduced interest rate at 3.375, which is about what market rate is right now. They were 24 months behind when we got them this, and they also have included a $300,000 principal forbearance or reduction.
Wow.
So that's pretty good for these folks. They're very happy. They're current on their mortgage again and happily moving forward.
Yeah, and now in a position to stay current.
Correct.
Okay, the second one is Bank of America?
Yeah, this is a Bank of America. This is a FHA loan. Their payment was $967, and we got that down to $871. That was a reduction of about $96 or 9.972%. Their interest rate was 6.275, and we got them down to 2% fixed for 5 years, and then on year 6 it goes up 1%, and then 1% until it gets to the current market cap, not what the market is, 6 years from now, but what it currently is, which is now 3.7, about 3.8. So that's very good. So that was a very good, and this was a FHA HAMP, so they're difficult to do.
I feel relieved for them.
Yes.
Just listening to that. The third one is back at Ocwen.
Yeah, Ocwen. Original payment was $1,867. The new payment is $1,746. That's a reduction of $120 or 6.46%. They went from a 4.25% interest rate down to 2% fixed for 5 years, and then the same thing. It increases by 1% till it gets to the current rate, which again is 3.75 or about 3.8 for the remainder of the mortgage. So it's a very good. They were 18 months behind, and they're current again.
Now they're caught up, and these are 40-year fixed after they reach the cap?
Yeah.
And then again, back to Bank America.
Bank America number 2, original payment was $1,585, and we got it down to $1,457. The original interest rate was 5.25, and we got them down to a 2% fixed. That was a reduction of $127 or 8% per annum. So yeah, these people will have a fixed mortgage for the rest of the 40 years.
They don't have to worry about that. They're caught caught up and they can stay in their homes, most importantly for families. And so I'm sure there are homeowners listening, or people who know somebody else who might be in this circumstance who wonders, does this apply to me? How do people find out?
Yeah, I get people in quite often now that did not see this show, but have friends and family, co-workers, etc., who did see this show and then pass the information on to them because maybe they work and they don't, they don't see the show, but they come in because they've never heard of it. And I hear all the time, I wished I'd known about you a couple of years ago. I wish I'd known about you.
Before I pulled all my hair out.
Yeah, so we do give free initial consultations, so it costs you nothing to come in and see us. We are at 1-877-MEDIATION. Again, that's 1-877-MEDIATION. Or, of course, you can find us online at AdvantageLegalGroup.com. AdvantageLegalGroup.com.
That's great, because I know a lot of people are at their wits' end after they've tried everything and are either, told they don't have the right paperwork, or they don't get an answer, don't get a response. This can really change people's lives. So thank you very much for what you do. Appreciate you being here. You can catch Jonathan's show Legal Advantage Saturday nights at 8 o'clock on Cairo Radio 97.3, and we will be right back with more New Day. Stay tuned.